Want to speak real Persian from your first lesson? Sign up for your free lifetime account at PersianPod101.com.
سلام به همگی. من آنیتا هستم. Hi everybody, I'm Anita. Welcome to PersianPod101.com's Persian in 3 minutes, the fastest, easiest, and most fun way to learn Persian. In the last lesson, we learned the phrase ببخشید. آیا شما انگلیسی صحبت می کنید؟ Excuse me, do you speak English? We use the word ببخشید, which means excuse me in Persian. In this lesson, you're going to learn how to use ببخشید and other words when apologizing in Persian. ببخشید is used in situations like when we are ordering something in a restaurant or asking for something in a store, and so on. For example, ببخشید، یه قهوه لطفاً. Excuse me, one coffee please. We can also use it when asking a question. ببخشید، تخت جمشید کجاست? Excuse me, where is Persepolis? Similar to English, there is no informal way to say excuse me in Persian. The meaning is already polite. Persian people just ask questions more directly when speaking to a friend. But to make it polite, you can add لطفاً, meaning please, to the start or end of a phrase when asking for something. لطفاً یک قهوه میدی? Can you give me a coffee please? We also use ببخشید in a sentence when apologizing. This can be used both formally and informally, but in a more casual situation, it can also be shortened to ببخش, as in مرا ببخش. Forgive me. مرا ببخش. Please note that the way we say this phrase is different than the way it's actually written. The proper way is من را ببخش. First we have the word man or me. Next we insert را, which is always used grammatically after the object of a verb. In this case, it was me. Finally, we have the command verb ببخش, meaning you forgive. من را ببخش. You forgive me. But you will always hear it as مرا ببخش. Now it's time for Anita's advice. In Persian, just like American English, we usually don't say excuse me when asking for something from a friend. But when we want to ask something or call upon a friend, like, hey, do you know? Or, look, what is? Persian people use bebin, which literally means look. It is very common in casual speech. ببین، تخت جمشید کجاست? Hey, where is Persepolis? Can you count in Persian? In the next lesson, you will learn the numbers from 1 to 10. I'll be waiting for you in the next Persian in 3 minutes lesson. خداحافظ. سلام به همگی. من آنیتا هستم. Hi everybody, I'm Anita. Welcome to PersianPod101.com's Persian in 3 minutes, the fastest, easiest, and most fun way to learn Persian. In the last lesson, we learned the numbers from 1 to 10. Have you forgotten? Here, I'll tell you again. یک، دو، سه، چهار، پنج، شش، هفت، هشت، نه، ده. And now, let's continue from 11. یازده، یازده، دوازده، دوازده، سیزده، سیزده، چهارده، چهارده، پونزده، پونزده، شونزده، شونزده، هفده، هفده، هیجده، هیجده، نوزده، نوزده, and finally, we have بیست, بیست. Okay, now repeat after me. I'll say the numbers and give you time to repeat each one. 11 12 13 14 15 16 17 18 19 20. Notice that all these numbers, except 20, have da in the end. These numbers may seem harder to remember, so you really just have to memorize them. Some of them look a lot like their base numbers, like 14 and 4, but others you will have to memorize. Luckily, you can get a hint from the similarities of their first letter to their base numbers, like ye in yek and 11, d in do and 12, s in 16 and se, and so on. Let's not stop at 20. Counting to 100 is super easy. Now, I'll give you the tens. Si, chehel, panja, shast, haftad, hashtad, navad, sad. Again, some of these look like their base number, like panja, haftad, or hashtad. But others you could memorize by the similarities of their first letters to their base numbers. The last thing to learn today is how to form compound numbers above 20. This is also super easy. Take the tens and add any number from 1 to 9. Then just put the particle o between them. So, how would you say 56 in Persian? Let's take it step by step. 50 is panja, and then you add the particle o in the middle before adding 6, shesh. Panjo shesh. It's done. Isn't that easy? Let's make some more numbers. 21, bistoyek, 32, siodo, 97, navadohaft, 101, sadoyek, 110, sadodah, 131, sadosioyek. Now it's time for Anita's advice. For numbers up to 100, you just need to memorize 1 through 19 and all the tens. If you remember them well, then you can easily make any number by adding an o between them. For beyond 100, it will be the same. You just need to memorize the hundreds. So when we made 131, we said 100, sad, the particle o, then 30, si, and another o, and finally 1, yek. So, what do you think 199 is in Persian? 100, sad, 90, navad, 9, no. So, sado navadano. After only 2 lessons, you are now able to count to 199 in Persian. In the next lesson, we're going to put your number knowledge to use. Do you have all the skills you need to go shopping in Iran? If not, I'll be waiting for you in our next Persian in 3 minutes lesson. Khodafez!
Want to speed up your language learning? Take your very first lesson with us. You'll start speaking in minutes and master real conversations. Sign up for your free lifetime account. Just click the link in the description.
In this video, you will learn 20 of the most common words and phrases in Persian. Hi everybody, my name is Nega. Welcome to the 800 Core Persian Words and Phrases video series. This series will teach you the 800 most common words and phrases in Persian. But there is a twist. With each new lesson in this series, you will include the previous lessons at the end. So after you've learned the new words and phrases, stick around and review what you learned in previous lessons. Reviewing is one of the most important parts of learning a language. You can also get the full list right now at PersianPod101.com. Click the link in the description to access more example sentences, create your own flashcard deck, and finally master Persian. Okay, let's get started. First is Salam. Hello. Salam. Salam. Hello. الو. سلام. میتونم با آنا صحبت کنم؟ Hello, can I speak to Anna? الو. سلام. میتونم با آنا صحبت کنم؟ ببخشید. Excuse me. ببخشید. ببخشید. Excuse me. ببخشید. ایستگاه قطار کجاست؟ Excuse me, where is the train station? ببخشید. ایستگاه قطار کجاست؟ متاسفم. I'm sorry. متاسفم. متاسفم. I'm sorry. متاسفم. اون الان اینجا نیست. I'm sorry. He's not here right now. متاسفم. او الان اینجا نیست. شب بخیر. Good night. شب بخیر. شب بخیر. Good night. الان میرم. شب بخیر. I'll go now. Good night. الان میرم. شب بخیر. از دیدن شما خوشوقتم. Nice to meet you. از دیدن شما خوشوقتم. از دیدن شما خوشوقتم. Nice to meet you too. از دیدن شما خوشوقتم آقا. It's a pleasure to meet you, sir. از دیدن شما خوشوقتم آقا. حال شما چطوره؟ How are you? حال شما چطوره؟ حال شما چطوره؟ How are you? خیلی وقت ندیدمتون. حال شما چطوره؟ It's been a long time. How are you? خیلی وقت ندیدمتون. حال شما چطوره؟ بله. Yes. بله. بله. Yes. بله، لطفاً با من تماس بگیر. Yes, please do contact me. بله، لطفاً با من تماس بگیر. خیر. No. خیر. خیر. No. خیر، هنوز غذا نخوردم. No, I haven't eaten yet. خیر، هنوز غذا نخورده ام. متشکرم. Thank you. متشکرم. متشکرم. Thank you. از کمکتان متشکرم. Thank you for your help. از کمکتان متشکرم. من هستم. I'm. من هستم. من هستم. I'm. من ماریا هستم. I'm Maria. من ماریا هستم. خدا حافظ. Goodbye. خدا حافظ. خدا حافظ. Goodbye. خدا حافظ. به زودی میبینمتون. Goodbye. See you soon. خدا حافظ. به زودی میبینمتون. bad. bad. bad. bad. bad. او یک پسر بد است. He is a bad boy. او یک پسر بد است. خوب. Good. خوب. خوب. Good. سبزیجات برای سلامتی شما خوب است. Vegetables are good for your health. سبزیجات برای سلامتی شما خوب است. زیبا. Pretty. زیبا. زیبا. Pretty. پیراهن شما خیلی زیبا است. Your dress is very pretty. پیراهن شما خیلی زیبا است. زشت. Ugly. زشت. زشت. Ugly. جوجه اردک زشت یک قوی زیبا شد. The ugly duckling became a beautiful swan. جوجه اردک زشت یک قوی زیبا شد. ساده. Easy. ساده. ساده. Easy. فهمیدنش ساده است. It's easy to understand. فهمیدنش ساده است. سخت. Difficult. سخت. سخت. Difficult. امتحان چهارشنبه سخت خواهد بود. Wednesday's test will be difficult. امتحان چهارشنبه سخت خواهد بود. نزدیک. Near. نزدیک. نزدیک near. من نزدیک دانشگاه زندگی می کنم. I live near the university. من نزدیک دانشگاه زندگی می کنم. دور far. دور دور far. ایستگاه از اینجا دور است. The station is far from here. ایستگاه از اینجا دور است. کوچک small. کوچک کوچک small. اتاق من خیلی کوچک است. My room is very small. اتاق من خیلی کوچک است. Well done! In this lesson, you expanded your vocabulary and learned 20 new useful words. Click the link in the description and sign up for free at persianpod101.com to get access to the full list of vocabulary you need for daily life conversations. You will also get example sentences, custom flashcard decks, and more learning resources. See you next time. Khuda Hafiz.
Hi everyone! Do you know how to say I love you in Persian? In this lesson, you'll learn 3 different ways to say it. Let's start with how to express your feelings to your loved one.
دوستتان دارم. دوستتان دارم. دوستتان دارم.
Or if you want to explain those butterflies in your stomach, you can say
من بهت علاقه دارم. من بهت علاقه دارم. من بهت علاقه دارم.
And when you feel that I love you is not enough, you can say
کلمات از وصف عشق من به تو عاجزند. کلمات از وصف عشق من به تو عاجزند. کلمات از وصف عشق من به تو عاجزند.
You just learned 3 different ways to say I love you in Persian. And if you're interested in learning more, don't forget to download your free Romance and Love cheat sheet, which includes romantic words, compliments, and pickup lines. Check out the description below and go to PersianPod101.com now. See you next time!
Hi everyone! Do you know how to say thank you in Persian? In this lesson, you'll learn 3 different ways to say it. Let's start with the easiest one.
ممنونم. ممنونم.
Another way to say thank you is
متشکرم. متشکرم.
Finally, here's a third way to express your gratitude.
مرسی. مرسی.
Okay, let's wrap up this lesson by recapping what we've learned.
ممنونم. ممنونم. متشکرم. متشکرم. مرسی. مرسی.
Well done! You just learned 3 different ways to say thank you in Persian. And if you really want to become fluent and speak Persian, from the very first lesson, go to PersianPod101.com. See you next time!
Want to speed up your language learning? Take your very first lesson with us. You'll start speaking in minutes and master real conversations. Sign up for your free lifetime account. Just click the link in the description.
Welcome to PersianPod101.com's Persian in 3 minutes, the fastest, easiest, and most fun way to learn Persian. Salam, man Anita. Az didanat khoshbakhtam. Hi, I'm Anita. Nice to meet you. In this series, you're going to learn basic Persian expressions. It's super easy and it only takes 3 minutes. In this lesson, you will learn how to introduce yourself in Persian. There are only 2 sentences you need to learn. But first, it is important to clarify that in Persian, there is a difference between formal and informal language. First, let's see how Persian people introduce themselves in an informal situation. Salam, man Anita. Az didanat khoshbakhtam. Hi, I'm Anita. Nice to meet you. Salam, man Anita. Az didanat khoshbakhtam. Start by saying salam, which means hi. Then say man, I, your name, and then am, which means to be or am. Salam, man Anita am. Persian word order is different than English. Word for word, this literally means hi, I, Anita, am. Finally, say az didanat khoshbakhtam. This means nice to meet you. Salam, man Anita am. Az didanat khoshbakhtam. Now let's look at the same sentence in formal speech. Salam, man Anita hastam. Az didan shoma khoshbakhtam. Hello, I'm Anita. Nice to meet you. Salam, man Anita hastam. Az didan shoma khoshbakhtam. So, what has changed from the informal introduction? Let's take a closer look. The informal man Anita am has turned into man Anita hastam. In both cases, man stands for I or me. Hastam means am, and it's added to the end of the formal introduction instead of just am. Am is actually just the short version of hastam, which is the to be verb conjugated for the first person. Finally, pay attention to how nice to meet you changes. We went from az didanat khoshbakhtam to az didan shoma khoshbakhtam. Here, didanet and didan shoma are different. Didanet is used when speaking informally to only one person. It is formed by adding et, meaning your, to the end of didan, meaning seeing or meeting. In the formal version, instead of et, we add shoma. Shoma is the formal word for you and can be used whether you're speaking to one person or a group of people. Once again, the informal way to introduce yourself in Persian is salam, man Anita am. Az didanat khoshbakhtam. The formal way to introduce yourself is salam, man Anita hastam. Az didan shoma khoshbakhtam. Now it's time for Anita's advice. When you introduce yourself, it's a good habit to shake hands in Persian culture. And if you're not sure whether to use az didanat khoshbakhtam or az didan shoma khoshbakhtam, you can simply say khoshbakhtam. However, if you use the full correct sentence with Persian people, they're definitely going to be impressed. Do you know how to say thank you in Persian? You'll learn how to say this and many other words in the next lesson. Khadafez. سلام به همگی. من آنیتا هستم. Hi everybody, I'm Anita. Welcome to PersianPod101.com's Persian in 3 minutes, the fastest, easiest, and most fun way to learn Persian. In the last lesson, we learned how to show gratitude by saying thank you. In this lesson, we'll learn some of the most common greetings used in Iran. Are you ready? Then let's get started. The most commonly used informal greeting is salam. Salam. Salam means hi or hello. We use it when we meet someone or enter a room with people in it. We can use it as a greeting almost anywhere. After salam, we almost always say, how are you? When we greet friends or close relatives. It might seem strange to say it every time, but this is a part of normal everyday conversation in Persian. Let's try out the informal way of saying hello, how are you? Salam, chetori. Chetori. The I in chetori makes this sentence second person. The formal way becomes slightly longer. Add hale shoma, which means your health. Salam, hale shoma chetore. Hale shoma chetore. Hale shoma chetore literally means how is your health. We use the word shoma, you, instead of saying chetori to make this more formal. Now, if you remember the first lesson, adding et to a word made it informal. Therefore, if you add et to hal instead of shoma, you make the whole sentence informal. Salam, halet chetore. Halet chetore. Notice that there are many ways of saying the same phrase in Persian, making it shorter or longer. But remembering the basic words will help you get through almost any conversation. Literally, salam means hello. We use other phrases too, but we always add salam at the start of a greeting. In the morning, we say salam, sob bekhair. Sob bekhair. Sob is Persian for morning, and bekhair means to be good. So it really means wishing you a good morning. In Persian, we don't say good afternoon or good evening very much. Good morning and good night are used more often. During the rest of the day, the most common greeting is just salam. Good night is shab bekhair. Shab bekhair. Notice that we didn't say salam before shab bekhair. That's because we don't say good night when we meet someone. It is only used when leaving. In Persian, there is only one word for saying goodbye, but there is a small difference between the formal and informal versions. Formal, khoda hafez. Khoda hafez. Informal, khoda fez. Khoda fez. Khoda hafez literally means may God protect you, but it is used to say goodbye. Now you have learned many different ways to greet people in Persian. Let's review them all one more time. When meeting friends or relatives, salam, chetori. Salam, halet chetore. When meeting a stranger, someone older, or someone we don't know well, salam, hale shoma chetore. To say good morning, salam, sob bekhair. To say good night, shab bekhair. When living in a formal situation, khoda hafez. When leaving in an informal situation, khoda fez. It's easy, isn't it? Now it's time for Anita's advice. In formal situations, Persian people of the same gender commonly greet each other by shaking hands. However, if we meet someone we are very friendly with, we hug and kiss each other on both cheeks. Don't be afraid to do this with your Persian friends, and don't be shocked when someone from the same gender tries to hug you or kiss your cheeks. It's perfectly normal. Remember that this is only if both people are the same gender. In Persian-speaking countries like Iran, you cannot shake hands or hug and kiss a person from the other gender in public. During the next lesson, we'll learn the meaning of the phrase İngilizce sohbet nemikonid. Do you already know what this means? I'll be looking forward to talking about it with you in our next Persian in 3 minutes lesson. Khodafez. سلام به همگی. من آنیتا هستم. Hi everybody, I'm Anita. Welcome to PersianPod101.com's Persian in 3 minutes, the fastest, easiest, and most fun way to learn Persian. In the last lesson, we learned several of the most common greetings in Persian. Do you remember them? In this lesson, we're going to learn a very useful phrase. Do you speak English? If you find yourself in a situation where you need assistance in English, this phrase can be a lifesaver. And because you're asking in Persian, you can be sure that everyone will understand what you're asking, even if their answer is no. Here's the informal and easy way to say it. İngilizce baladi, İngilizce baladi. In Persian, balad means can, or to be able to. Adding "i" to the end makes it an informal question. İngilizce baladi means, can you speak or communicate in English? Literally, it's, can you English? However, this is only used in very informal situations with close friends. Now we're going to make this sentence more polite by simply adding "it" to balad instead of "i." It becomes a slightly more formal question. İngilizce baladid, İngilizce baladid. But it's always a good idea to be as polite as possible when addressing strangers. Here's the most polite form. آیا شما انگلیسی صحبت می کنید؟ آیا شما انگلیسی صحبت می کنید؟ Let's pay a close attention to a useful new word here. آیا is a question word used at the start of sentences to turn a regular sentence into a yes or no question. آیا شما انگلیسی صحبت می کنید means, do you speak English? By adding ببخشید or excuse me, the sentence becomes even more polite. ببخشید، آیا شما انگلیسی صحبت می کنید؟ ببخشید، آیا شما انگلیسی صحبت می کنید؟ If someone replies to you in English, you'll know the answer to your question is yes. But if they answer you in Persian, you might receive one of these responses. بله, yes. بله. یک کمی, a little. یک کمی. نه, من انگلیسی صحبت نمی کنم. No, I cannot speak English. نه, من انگلیسی صحبت نمی کنم. Or نه, من انگلیسی بلد نیستم. No, I can't speak English. نه, من انگلیسی بلد نیستم. Since this last example is a negative reply to a yes or no question, we need to say na, meaning no, at the beginning of the sentence. We also said nemi konam, meaning don't, after the verb sohbat, meaning talk or speak, or nistam, meaning am not, after the verb balad, meaning can. Combined with sohbat, meaning talk or speak, now you know that sohbat nemi konam means I don't speak, and sohbat mikonid means you speak. Also, nistam is actually the negative version of hastam, but it looks slightly different in the negative form. Verbs and phrases change depending on the person speaking. Now it's time for Anita's advice. Persian people study the English language at school and love to use English, so most people will understand you if you speak to them in simple English. For those of you whose native language is not English, you can use this same basic question for any language you need. Here are some other language names in Persian. İtalyai for Italian, Rusi for Russian, Espanjai for Spanish, and Almani for German. In this lesson, we mentioned that the expression ببخشید means excuse me. But did you know that this could also be used as an apology? In the next lesson, we will learn this and other ways to apologize in Persian. It's never too late to show your good manners when speaking with Persian people. I'll see you in our next Persian in 3 minutes lesson. Khadafez. سلام به همگی. من آنیتا هستم. Hi everybody, I'm Anita. Welcome to PersianPod101.com's Persian in 3 minutes, the fastest, easiest, and most fun way to learn Persian. In the last lesson, we learned how to introduce ourselves in Persian. In this lesson, you're going to learn how to use good manners as you thank people. Let's get started. There are several ways to thank someone. The formal way is خیلی ممنون. خیلی ممنون. Mamnun means thank you, and خیلی means a lot. So خیلی ممنون is like saying thank you very much. خیلی ممنون. Now for the informal version. You could remove خیلی and just say ممنون. But let me tell you something surprising. In Persian, we usually say merci, which is the French word for thank you. Merci. We don't have time to discuss the origins of why we say merci in Persian, but it's an informal and relaxed way to say thanks. How should you respond when someone says thank you? There are basically two different ways to say you're welcome. The first is خواهش میکنم. خواهش میکنم. خواهش میکنم literally means please. That's what it means in regular usage, but when used in this way, it is the equivalent of saying you're welcome. The other way to say you're welcome is the expression قابلی نداره. قابلی نداره. Literally, this phrase means this worth is nothing, or it was nothing, but it has become a common and polite way to respond to someone thanking you. So, when someone says merci to you, you can simply reply with خواهش میکنم or قابلی نداره. Now it's time for Anita's advice. If merci seems too casual, don't worry too much about it. In Persian, merci can be used with just about anyone, anywhere, and at any time. Do you know what Khoda Hafez means? In our next Persian in 3 minutes lesson, you'll learn this and other greetings in Persian. Khoda Hafez! سلام به همگی. من آنیتا هستم. Hi everybody. I'm Anita. Welcome to PersianPod101.com's Persian in 3 minutes, the fastest, easiest, and most fun way to learn Persian. In the last lesson, we learned some words used when apologizing in Persian, including ببخشید and لطفاً. In this lesson, we are going to learn numbers in Persian. Yes, numbers. أعداد. From 1 to 10. And you're going to learn them in only 3 minutes. 3 دقیقه. Are you ready? Let's start. یک. دو. سه. چهار. پنج. شش. هفت. هشت. نه. ده. Okay, now repeat after me. I'll say the numbers and give you time to repeat each one. یک. دو. سه. چهار. پنج. شش. هفت. هشت. نه. ده. Great job. What is before yek? Do you know? It's sefr. You don't have any more excuses. You can give your friends your cell phone number in Persian. Let's try it together. We'll use the phrase شماره من, which means my number is. You say the numbers after that, and then finish by saying است. شماره من است. شماره من 0 9 1 2 3 8 7 4 5 است. Can you read it by yourself? شماره من 0 9 1 2 3 3 8 7 4 5 است. Perfect. Now it's time for Anita's advice. You can give your phone number like this, but be careful because it's more common to group the numbers in Persian. For example, this phone number would probably be read as 0 912 338 745. This makes them shorter to say and easier to remember. But how do you say numbers above 10? In the next lesson, we're going to learn just that. Your task now is to practice the numbers we studied in this lesson, from yek to dah. Khadafez.
Want to speed up your language learning? Take your very first lesson with us. You'll start speaking in minutes and master real conversations. Sign up for your free lifetime account. Just click the link in the description.